Welcome everyone in this video. Today we will see Exploratory Data Analysis Part 2. Let's see what we will learn in today's session. First of all, we will do some exploratory data analysis with a traditional approach. Then we will use some advanced and quick methods for speedy exploratory data analysis. First of all, let's get familiar with our data set and know what our columns are about. Make. This column represents the car making company. Model. It represents the model of the car. Year. It represents the manufacturing year of the car. Engine fuel type. This column tells us the type of engine fuel. Engine HP. It represents the horsepower an engine produce. Engine cylinders. It represents the cylinders in an engine. Driven wheels. It shows the wheels of car. Number of doors. This column represents the number of doors each car has. Market category. It represents the category of car market. Vehicle size. This column tells us about the size of vehicle. Highway MPG. It represents the highway speed depending on the gallon of petrol or diesel. City MPG. It shows the speed of a car inside a city. Popularity. Popularity of a car on social media. MSRP. Manufacturer's suggested retail price. Now, let's do some implementation. First of all, I will open the browser and then open Google Collaboratory. But first, we have to create a new notebook. From here, we have to add the dataset so that we can load it inside the notebook. I will click on Upload and then add the dataset. As you can see here, it's being processed. It's shown here. Now let's get back to work. First of all, I will create a markdown. By selecting the bold text, I will write importing libraries. Now I will import numpy as np. And I will import pandas as pd. Now I will run it. Now let's add a new cell. First of all, we will read the dataset. pd.read csv data.csv sub comma. So the dataset is now read. Now let's create a new cell and see the first 5 rows. So this is our dataset. Now let's create a new cell and see the last 5 rows. So these are the last 5 rows. We have all of these columns, variables or features, and these are the rows. Now let's try to see more information about data. Cars.info. So this method shows us that which columns are objects or strings and which are integers and which are floats. So we have 5 integers, 8 objects, and 3 floats. Now let's see the number of null values in each column. Print the number of null values are. Print cars dot is null dot sum. As we can see here that engine horsepower has 69 null values and engine fuel type has 3 null values. However, market category has a lot of null values which are 3742. Now let's see the number of duplicated values. Print the number of duplicates are len cars dot duplicated. As we can see here that we have in total 715 duplicated values. Now let's move forward. Let's describe our data set to see a summary of it. As we can see here that the mode year is 2015. The medium horsepower is 227 and 6 cylinders, 4 number of doors, 26 highway mile per gallon, and city MPG is 18, popularity is 1385, and MSRP is 2.99. So these are the counts: mean, median, mode, and standard deviation. Now let's move forward. Suppose that I want to see the unique values in each column and in how much numbers they are. So I will use a loop for column in cars dot columns. Print column, which will print the column name. Print cars column dot unique. So this will print the unique values of columns. Now I want to see only top 5 unique values. Print cars column dot n unique. So this function will print the number of unique values. Now let's run it. As you can see here, we have all of these columns with top 5 unique values and their numbers. In make, we have BMW, Audi, Fiat, Mercedes-Benz, Chrysler, and they are in 48 of numbers. In model, we have 1 Series M, 1 Series 100, 184 Sparta, 190 class, and they are in 915 in total. So this is a good function. Now let's move forward. Now, for instance, I want to see and separate my categorical columns and numerical columns for further exploratory data analysis. Then I will write categorical column equals to, as we want a list of those columns, so I will use the keyword list. Then I will write cars dot d types, which actually shows the data types bracket cars dot d types equal object and dot index. Now similarly, I will write numerical columns equals list cars dot d types not equals to object dot index, and then I will print out. Let's print both of them to see the categorical and numerical columns. Print num columns. As you can see here, make, model, engine, fuel type, transmission type, driven wheels, market category, vehicle size, and vehicle style have categorical values in these columns, and the rest have numerical values or float values. So this was the traditional approach of exploratory data analysis. Now let's see what are some of the advanced exploratory data analysis methods. The first one is data prep. Data preparation is a quite powerful and easy Python library. Let's see how to use it. I will install data prep. Install data prep so that I can import it later from dataprep.eda import plot. Now let's run it. It will at first download this library so that we can use it later. It's in the process. As you can see here, it's successfully installed. So I will use it. Now let's add a new cell. All you have to do is to just write plot and cars and then run it. Ta-da! As you can see here, the data prep is quite a strong library. With only just one line of code, you have a lot of visualizations and some stats insights. As we can see here that we have total 16 variables, and the number of rows we have are 11,914. The missing values are 2%. The duplicate values are 715. And the total size of memory is 6.8 MB. So here is some important statistics part. We will cover this part in data visualization in detail. so don't worry about it. Now you can see here that only one line of code has generated so many visualizations, and it has told us the frequency distribution in each variable. Now let's move forward. Let's see what method we have next. Now, first of all, I will paste a pip command to install the latest version of Pandas profiling. Import Pandas profiling as pp from Pandas profiling import profile report. Now let's run it. It will install the latest version of Pandas. It's done. Now let's use it. Profile equals to profile report cars, and then pass the title here. Cars report. Then write profile. It's summarizing the dataset. So Pandas profile is also another method like data preparation, which is really fast and easy to understand and write. With so much little code, you can generate a lot of valuable insights. As we can see our profile report here. It's an overview of datasets. Number of variables, number of observations, missing cells, duplicate rows, and their percentages, numerical and categorical variables, their distribution, like top 5 distribution, and make, in model, and year, and other columns too. Pandas profile tells a lot about each and every variable. Just like you can see all of these percentages and statistical details here. For instance, if you click on toggle details like this, then it shows more information. Now let's see what else it shows. It also shows the correlation between variables. Pearson, Kendall, and Fick, and so on. We will also see these visualizations separately in the upcoming outlines, so don't worry. Now let's see our next method. SweetWiz. SweetWiz is also another method that generates an HTML report. Now let's use it. First of all, I will have to install SpeedWiz by pip command. Then import it. I will remove the above installation pip commands because I have already installed those libraries. It's successfully installed, so it means that we can now use it. cars.fillna np.nan in place equals to true. So you don't have to worry much about this statement because this includes the part of data cleaning. So we will not focus that much on this line. Let's move forward. Report equals to sv dot analyze cars report dot show HTML and then run it. As you can see here, that is working. Now just check it here. We have the Streetways report here in the form of HTML. I will just download it. Now let's open. As you can see, this report tells a lot about each and every variable separately. The number of missing values, the number of distinct values, and so on. So these advanced methods are really helpful. With only one line of code, we're able to create visualizations and get information on key data elements in our dataset. Now you have a homework to do. This is the link of dataset. And this is your task. Do some exploratory data analysis with traditional approach. Then use some advanced methods of EDA, which I have used, such as data preparation, pandas profiling, and Streetways. But don't forget to install them using pip command at first. Now good luck. See you next time.